What's good, everybody? Welcome to another video. This time is of the SH Figuarts Shinkouchhou Seihou, or the renewal, like some of us will say, because some of us call it jokingly Ocho Cinco and things like that. So here we are with the renewal Kamen Rider Deno. Shout out to Wayne, aka Ghostlag on IG, who let me get one so I can review it. So I appreciate you. Thank you. I actually have one coming from Flock Daddy over on Instagram. So he let me get this so I can review it early. And I appreciate you guys. So thank you for looking out. Yeah, gotta start by saying super excited for this, to the point where it's fun to have it, and it was something that I didn't think that I would have as much fun. But even with the part swapping technique, it has been one of those learning experience that I've actually had a good time doing and playing with the figure. I've actually learned more about it. So without further ado, let's jump into it. So here we have our peach-headed friend, Kamen Rider Deno, which is Momotaro's in sword form. In this box set, well, I wouldn't say box set. In this set, we get sword and we get gun form through part swapping. So one of the cool things about this is that if you buy the platform later on, literally called platform, the web shop, you can use that extra body to make any of the other combinations you would like. And I think people should kind of look forward to that. It kind of gives you a lot of fun to look forward to. Now, I want to start by saying he's a little bit more different and unique because he's definitely, it's a set, it's part swapping. So let's first go over the articulation and then we'll do the part swapping. So Deno's sword form can look up. He can look down. He can tilt side to side with no problems. He's very expressive, which is what I expect from him, especially because Momotaro's is very expressive in this form. He definitely jokes around. He does cool things. He actually does lots of funny poses with his legs up and crouching, like, you know, the Yakuza gangster style. So it's pretty fun to see it come to life. Our shoulders are actually, just like on the show, they are part of the front armor, so they won't get in your way. They can fold up. You can actually fold them back down as well too. Then we have our shoulders, which have a very nice 360 rotation ball joint inside. And then we have our bicep swivel, which is pretty tight on mine, but you know. Then we have our double joint, which as you can see right here. Like I said, that bicep swivel was actually pretty tight. I should probably loosen that up just a bit. We actually have a little bit of ab crunch, even with that forward pulse armor. It tucks right into the belt. Backwards, we don't get too much articulation, but we can still tilt side to side, which is actually really nice considering the movement that both Momo and Ryutaro's take. If you haven't watched the show and don't know who those are, and I'll get into this part in a second, probably the only con of this. If you don't know who Momo and Ryutaro's are, they are Imagine in the show. I don't want to spoil too much. You should definitely go out and watch Deno. It's a fun time. But yeah. And as you can see here, tucking inside, you can still tilt and get a lot of expressive articulation. The belt will rise up just a little bit, but that's not too much of an issue. You can actually just press it right under and push it back down if you want. And I think the only issue that I'm having with my Deno, and I'm going to get to that now, is the simple fact that he has issues with his leg parts for the swapping staying on. And I'm not sure if it's just a sword form or is it just mine. And it's only the left leg. I don't know what's going on with the other leg, but it's only the left leg. So you also get the Den Gasher, and that's the name of the sword. These parts can actually be taken out and rotated in. And I'm actually just going to show you them as they're taken out. They slide up and they're on little tabs. And I'm going to take them all out individually because we're going to use the weapons so you won't be seen with them. So all while actually still swinging on two joints, one being hanging on and then these joints being able to swing as well, you can actually move them out of the way, which means you can actually fold the legs out and get a lot of mobility. You have a thigh swivel. And what's really cool is, and it's hard to see it, maybe it's the coconut oil making it shine on mine now, but you can actually move this joint up. And what's going to happen is, if you want, you get it to tuck in and it folds up higher, which allows you to get these inside under the joint so that they won't mess up the articulation. I thought that was a really nice thing to add on. Leg articulation, we have our knee joint, which cuts. It looks very nice. We have a really deep cut going forward for getting that Ore Sanjo stance. It can go outward as well. And you can get a toe pivot going on. So yeah, you actually get a lot of range in the leg too. I think the only problem, like I said, that I have with mine is simply being that I have the issue of my left joint getting stuck. Now again, you see my belt popping out. All you have to do is slide the belt back on, and it can slide down a little bit over the waist. Now, as I get him posed up, I'm going to show you guys. He can get into that stance that I talked about. And as you can see here, he has a lot of mobility and range. And I really like this. Really like the renewals. Definitely take the time to show you the really cool poses. And they can actually get all their TV accurate poses. And I really, really enjoy that. You'll notice the bike is in the background. I'll get to that in a second. Now, we're going to do a live parts forming. Instead of just me switching to another thing, I'm actually going to do it with you guys. So, as you can see, these actually come off easy. My left one being a little too easy. You're going to remove the rider pass off the belt because it's going to change colors. And mine's may have some trouble wiggling out. So I'm going to try to get it out without hurting it or scraping the paint. I did it earlier. And the best part is actually to do it from the top. That's the easiest way. But mine's just giving me some issues. Maybe some anxiety. So actually, I may leave mine on. Because like I said, it is giving me a whole mood that I don't think I'm prepared to do right now. No. I got it out. I got it out. Mine's just tightly wrapped in there. So, let's see. There it is. Wow. That was a little tough, guys. That was a little tough. But you see me do it, so you know it's real. Next up for the chest, we're going to just wiggle from the sides. What I choose to do is I go right under the pecs and I wiggle out. You can also choose to move the shoulder pads up so you can get a little bit more room. And you should slowly wiggle it out and you'll hear that snap. Hopefully it's a good snap. And now we have the bare chest out. And you're going to slide the neck out. And see this joint. This is actually pretty cool that you can do this. I didn't think that, you know, it would be able to take apart a figure and have a good time. So for those of you that customize, this is going to be easy for you to paint into Nega Dino. Nega. N-E-G-A, for those of you that are going to be weirdos about it. And so we have the Ryutaro's parts. So here we have gun form, the head. We're going to slide this in to the part till we hear that click. We have the Ryutaro's chest. That should, it should just click on. You should hear it click. Just give me 1 second. And that's my cat knocking stuff down. So don't mind Ginger. She's just being Ginger. So you should hear, mine's popped out. I'm going to try to do this with you guys. I really want to make sure I do this on camera with you guys. It's very important because I know some people need this kind of help. There we go. Do we have it on? We have a fit. Okay. Now we're going to choose the belt parts. And you got to make sure the purple piece, I don't know if you guys can see it very well. Make sure that this part is at the top. It's the easiest way to allow you to take it off and also to line it up perfectly, as you can see here. And then we're going to choose our parts for here. And these should slide on with no issue. And the reason why I want to do this on camera is because technically a little bit of your articulation changes because of these parts here. So you have to be careful because not only does your see, that's what I wanted to talk about. Because as you see, this lifts up. You're going to get a change in your ab crunch and a change in one particular part with well, not just the ab crunch, but you're going to get a change in right here in the shoulders, because even though these can't come out anymore, you have to be careful about how you choose your gun form. So, and I think I may have pulled my torso out a little too much from the heat. There we go. slide right back in. So you have to change up how you do your articulation style. And yeah, I think it's just my tabs, because even now on my gun form, I'm having this issue. So hopefully this does not become an issue on everyone's. But you know, some people are going to pick and choose their forms, so it is what it is. But as you can see, that upper torso articulation will change just a slight bit. And then Ryutaro's is mainly known for breakdancing and balancing. And I didn't realize I was out of focus that whole time. Wow, because I was too busy trying to focus. So I'm going to do this over. So after taking a quick look at my camera roll and making sure everything was fine, it wasn't too bad out of a service, but it still felt like it dragged on just a little bit. So without further ado, what I am going to do is we're going to jump into the accessories. Then I'm off camera, I'm going to switch it back to sword form. And then I'm going to do a comparison with a bunch of other stuff. So yeah, if you like gun form and you want to keep them in gun form, I say go for it, and vice versa. But I really like the way both forms actually look, so I need to somehow get a second one so that way I can have them all out at all times. Now, accessory wise, the amount of hands and stuff you get with is actually pretty nice. As you saw the Den Gasher pieces from before, these 4 pieces on the side, in the show, you take it and you can make different configurations out of it. One will be a gun, one will be a sword, one will be an axe, one will be a rod. That's why each one gets a particular form, and I like the gimmick of that. So the Den Gasher in sword form for Den-O, it's actually pretty nice. As you can see, it makes a combination of the two. I mean, sorry, of the 4 pieces. It's made really nicely. Then you have the gun form, which has, I have a hand attached to it just to show you which hand it comes with, the gun form. Then as far as other hands go, you'll get the rider pass hands. These are for holding the rider pass, both active and non-active, in this hand like this. You'll have pointing hands for Ryutaro's. This one is definitely meant strictly for Ryutaro's, who does a lot of pointing. Even Momo does it too. You have the Ore Sanjo hands for I have arrived, right? Next up, you have hands for holding the rider pass in a normal form. As I see here, just holding it out. You'll get 2 of those. And then you have thumbs up hands, kind of showing that, you know, you're the boss and things are going your way. And as you can see here, I've been messing with a lot of effect parts, so it's all over the place. Then you'll have, oh, these are the, you saw that one. And then you have the actual sword holding hands. So after I actually get to it, you will see that you can just place it through the thumb. Because it's soft, so it's soft plastic, you can actually just move it around and it holds it. Now, off camera, what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch it back to sword form, and then I'm going to do comparison with the old toy. I'm going to do the Den Bird and show you some other bonus stuff. So, hold on a second, guys. So, we still have a few other things to go over, that being size comparison, and this is the bonus round where I'm going to show you how it fits on with the Den Bird. Now, if you have the old bike, I'm pretty sure they're going to announce a new one soon, because this one is a little bit on the small side. You can use either the sword holding hands or you can use the gun holding hands. Personally, I prefer the sword holding hands because they give you a little bit more space. But as you can see here on the bike, I'm just going to just rag and tag and put that hand on. As you can see on the bike, if you pull the arms straight out, you'll see that he actually is a little big on it and it seems a little small for him, but I'm pretty sure you can finesse it with some angles. Pretty sure if you get the right angles, you'll be fine, because actually he doesn't look too bad on it. You just want to make sure the legs and the feet line up and you won't look terrible on it. He'll look a little big, but I'm definitely sure for action photos, this would actually do just fine for you. Will it be a little small? Yeah. But then again, if you look at all the like actual live action stuff, you can see that the bike was a little small, and especially when it's inside a den liner. So for those of you that know, you know. Otherwise, I'm pretty sure you'll be Googling it right now. But yeah, besides the Den Bird looking pretty cool and him looking pretty nice on it, can't wait to take some pictures of that. I'm gonna actually have some fun with that. One of the other things, if you have the original Den-O and not the not renewal, but if you have the original release and not the 20th anniversary version of the Heisei Riders, you'll get this bonus part for his Hisatsu, which is his final attack. This is going to be able to link into his sword. Now, I'm going to personally show you that if you put the sword in, technically it works with the new sword, You obviously won't have the same amount of room, but yeah, this works. Obviously, I'm gonna change the side because it looks pretty weird. But overall, it does work on here. You can finagle it around, make it work. So the Hisatsu attack definitely still works. You can have a good time with that. Now, we're gonna definitely stand this guy straight up so we can compare him to his old one. And you can see just how much of a hot mess the old one is compared to the new one. And what I mean by a hot mess, I mean proportion-wise, that thing is, it's out there. We definitely thought we had cool stuff then, but compared to now, man, I'm telling you, we definitely got it way better. So, even with my falling off piece here, which I'm pretty sure is just this piece. So, Wayne, I have to tell you now, I'm gonna have to just buy this one off you. I don't want you to have a bad one, so I'll just buy this one off you. So yeah, I don't mind dealing with it, but I know other people can't. So here we are, we have him standing up. This is the old one, guys. Like, look how crazy this looks compared to the renewal. Like, his feet are too big, his legs are unproportionate, the chest is way too small, the head is tiny. And as you can see, he actually stands a little taller because I have his legs further apart. But even if I stand them straight up, like, he just looks like a really tall, slender dude. This one just has the way better proportions and everything. I think on the bright side, you won't have to worry about your things messing up. But let's be real here. Like, the winner is easy, the renewal. You definitely get the way more fun factor out of it. But yeah, let's jump into the normal size comparison with a bunch of other stuff, so we can get you guys out of here and round it up so you can go and play with your toys, right? Let's get this guy nice and cool. Real quick, first things first, let's compare him with your main man, Kuga, right? And as you can see, with another renewal, he actually looks pretty nice. Kuga is not too much taller than him, but if I spread the legs a little further apart, they end up being about the same size. So yeah, those two work together. Next, we're going to do a Lightning Collection Time Force Red Ranger. Then we're going to do a normal SHF, and I'm going to use 01. So even if you got like a normal size SHF to compare to, you have that. Let's put these guys away. Next up, we're going to do an Articulated Icons Ninja. And as you can see, the Ninja is actually a little bit taller than Dino. Actually, seems a little, it's not the word. He's actually taller than him. Then we have my 1000 Toys Composite Human, which also has some height on Dino. Then we're going to do a Marvel Legends 6-inch, which I happen to have Sunfire here. And this is a 6-inch figure, so you already know it's going to be taller. Next up, we're going to do a Mezco Me on a Gomez body. Then we're going to do a Mythic Legions. And as you can see, Dino is definitely the smallest of these guys. But yeah, overall, it's still pretty fun, even despite the leg pieces falling off and a little bit of work that you're going to put in for part swapping. If you are a fan of any of the renewals, the fun factor in this alone should be enough to not deny it. But in case you don't want to, or don't care for renewals, or don't care for this form, you can easily pass it up. It won't be of any loss to you. Everybody has their favorites, so you can pick and choose who you want. Overall, I'm very happy with this. Overall, I really hope I take some cool photos that people will really enjoy. And as always, guys, I hope you found it informative. And please, be good, do good, drink your water. Later. So real quick, I'm going to actually freehand this, put it in at the end of the video. So if it's shaky, you know I'm trying to hold up a phone and do this at the same time. Is that after a couple of days of sitting down, playing with it, trying to figure out what the issue was, I did some real digging. And when you take off the tab, there's going to be these two tabs here. The top one may have some excess plastic. You need to shave down the top piece very gently if you want it to stay in place. And that's how I got these ones to stay in place after having so many issues with them. So that's the issue that you have. So keep that in mind. All right, guys, later.